Welcome to YS Online. Ako po si Dice coming to you from the Suzuki Nihongo Learning Center in Quezon City, the Philippines. Last lesson, pinag-aralan natin ang particle de using the pattern noun de, verb masu or shimasu. How to ask what something is in Japanese using the pattern word sentence wa Nihongo de nan desu ka? And the new phrase noun wo mo verb mashita ka. Check out the button in the upper right hand corner of the screen for a refresher on these. This lesson we're going to learn how to express actions towards somebody or something and receiving an action from someone or something using the patterns person ni agemasu and person ni moraimasu. Tatalakayin natin ito ang variation niya na si someone kara moraimasu.
Ready na ba kayo matuto ng Japanese in Tagalog?
Let's get started.
So, for today's lesson, let's start with expressing actions towards someone else. So, tatalakayin natin kung paano sabihin kapag may gusto tayong gawin para sa isang tao, right? So, yung sentence pattern natin ngayon dito ay person ni and then the verb na nasa masu form. So, verbs like agemasu, agemasu, kashimasu, kashimasu, and oshiemasu, oshiemasu, which means to give, to lend, and to teach. These are the verbs that describe your actions for someone else. So, our sentences would be person ni agemasu, person ni kashimasu, and person ni oshiemasu. For I will give to this person, I will lend to this person, and I will teach to this person. So, sa mga examples, since nanggagaling sa atin, hindi na natin kailangan ng watashi. Dahil understood na yun na kapag wala kang nilagay na pronoun. Let's take a look at another example, this time with a pronoun. Let's say I will give or I will give something to K. Bigyan or bibigyan ko si K. In Japanese, we say watashi wa Kei-san ni agemasu. Watashi wa Kei-san ni agemasu. Or Kei-san ni agemasu. Para shortcut tayo. So, what do we do here? Pinalitan lang natin yung example natin kanina with our pronoun na si K. Okay, so now let's add an object. This time, we want to say I am giving or I give K a present. Bibigyan ko si K ng regalo. Ang object natin is regalo or presento. Presento. So, we have our object particle wo, presento o. Presento o. So, sa sample natin na watashi wa Kei-san ni agemasu, watashi wa Kei-san ni agemasu. So, sa sample natin na si watashi wa Kei-san ni agemasu, mahuhula niyo ba kung saan natin ilalagay ang presento o? Is it after watashi wa? Is it after Kei-san wa? Or is it after agemasu? If you thought that it is after Kei-san ni, then you are correct. So our sentence becomes watashi wa Kei-san ni presento o agemasu. Watashi wa Kei-san ni presento o agemasu. So our new sentence pattern is noun wa, noun ni, noun wo, verb masu. Noun wa, noun ni, noun wo, agemasu. In this case, the noun before the particle wa is the giver. The noun before particle ni is the receiver. The noun before particle wo is the object. And then the verb in masu form. Dali lang, di ba? Paano naman kung gusto natin sabihin na si Dan ang nagbibigay ng gift kay Kay? Simple lang. All we have to do is change the watashi sa sample sentence natin with Dan-san. So, our sentence becomes Dan-san wa Kei-san ni presento o agemasu. Okay, so next naman, let's use the different verb conjugations that we can use with our sentence pattern. Pwede natin gamitin ang mga iba't ibang verb conjugations to signify the present, future, negative, or past tense of the sentence. So kung gagawin nating past tense ang sample sentence natin, Dan gave a gift to Kay, or binigyan ni Dan si Kay ng regalo, we say, Dan-san wa Kei-san ni presento o agemashita. Dan-san wa Kei-san ni presento o agemashita. Kapag hindi naman binigyan ni Dan si Kay ng regalo, negative naman yung verb conjugation statement natin. So, we're gonna say, Dan-san wa Kei-san ni presento o agemasen. Dan-san wa Kei-san ni presento o agemasen. Dan did not give a gift to Kay. For the past negative naman, or to say Dan did not give Kay a gift, we say Dan-san wa Kei-san ni presento o agemasen deshita. Dan-san wa Kei-san ni presento o agemasen deshita. So, hindi binigyan ng gift ni Dan si Kay. Oh, sad naman. Anyway, so pansinin natin na pinalitan lang yung verb conjugation, but same lang ang sentence structure na ginamit natin. We can also use this phrase to express an action towards a place. We simply replace the person with a place. So, imbes na tao, lugar naman ang ginagawa natin ng action. So, for example, we want to say, Dan is calling the office. Dan-san wa kaisha ni denwa o kakemasu. Dan-san wa kaisha ni denwa o kakemasu. So, tumawag si Dan sa opisina. So, gamit pa din natin ang sentence pattern and iniba lang natin ang vocabs sa loob. Okay, so may mini challenge naman ako para sa inyo. This time, huhulaan mo kung ano yung mga particles na gagamitin natin dito. Gusto natin sabihin na the teacher teaches Japanese to the student. Teacher in Japanese is sensei. Student means seito. Seito. Now, we already know Japanese, which is Nihongo. Nihongo. And to teach is osieru. Osieru. Okay, so here it is on the screen. Ano-ano ang mga particles na ilalagay natin dito? I'll give you guys 5 seconds to think of the answer, and then let's say the phrase together. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so if you said Sensei wa seito ni Nihongo o oshiemasu, you are right. Let's say it together slowly, shall we? Sensei wa seito ni Nihongo o oshiemasu. Okay, alright, so that's our pattern for expressing action towards someone or something. Next naman, let's talk about expressing actions from the receiving side. Some of the verbs we are going to use here are moraimasu, moraimasu, to receive, right? Karimasu, karimasu, to borrow. And naraimasu, naraimasu, which is to learn. So when we are expressing actions from the receiving side, The pattern we use is the same as expressing actions towards someone or something. So pareho lang ang sentence structure na ginagamit para sa agemasu and moraimasu. So that's the noun wa, noun ni, noun wo, verb masu pattern. Noun wa, noun ni, noun wo, verb masu. Alright, let's take a look at an example. Let's say I received chocolates from my girlfriend. Nakatanggap ako ng tsokolate mula sa girlfriend ko. Ang sweet ng girlfriend ko, no? Paano kaya natin sabihin ito sa Japanese? So, unahin muna natin yung receiver, followed by the particle wa. So in this case, it's me, right? So meaning our sentence starts with watashi wa. Susunod naman ang giver with the particle ni. So here we have kanojo ni. Next is the object followed by the particle wo. So that's chocoreto o. And last is the verb in masu form. Moraimashita. So, bali, magiging watashi wa kanojo ni chocoreto o moraimashita. Watashi wa kanojo ni chocoreto o moraimashita. Alright, past tense siya, no? Alright, let's take a look at another example. He borrowed money from her. Ang receiver natin dito ay he, and ang giver ay her. Money in Japanese is okane, okane. And to borrow is kariru, while the masu form is karimasu. And the past tense for karimasu is karimashita. So, pag samasamahin natin siya lahat sa isang sentence, bali magiging kare wa kanojo ni okane o karimashita. Kare wa kanojo ni okane o karimashita. Right? He borrowed money from her. Okay, so this time, try nyo naman hulaan kung ano ang tamang words and particles sa next example natin. Ang sentence na gusto natin gawin in Japanese is, she borrowed a book from her friend. Remember, borrowed in Japanese is kariru, while the masu form is karimasu. Book is hon, and friend is tomodachi. Tomodachi. So, can you complete the sentence with the correct particles? Kaya bang sabihin ang buong phrase with the right particles? Alright, again, I'll give you guys 5 seconds to think about it and say it out loud with me, okay? Ready?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, it's kanojo wa tomodachi ni hon o karimashita. Kanojo wa tomodachi ni hon o karimashita. So again, same pattern, right? But different vocabulary, right? Okay, so dapat alam na natin kung paano mag-express ng actions towards someone or something and how to express actions from the receivers using the noun wa, noun ni, noun wo, verb masu pattern. Alright, now, this time tatalakayin natin kung paano gamitin itong pattern para magtanong. Let's discuss how to use this in question. When we are asking about an action towards someone, we use the question whom or dare, right? This is followed by the particle ni and ends with the question particle ka. So, yung question structure natin para dito ay noun wa, dare ni, object wo, verb masu ka. Noun wa, dare ni, noun o, verb masu ka. Same pattern, nilagay lang natin ng dare. So let's say we're asking, who did you learn Japanese from, right? あなたは誰に英語を習いましたか？あなたは誰に日本語を習いましたか? So, あなたは is in parentheses, right? Because we can omit this when we are asking about our listener directly. Then we have our question, 誰に or from whom, right? Then we have 日本語を or Japanese, which is our object, and then 習いましたか or to learn from. So, kanino ka natuto ng Japanese? Who did you learn Japanese from? あなたは誰に日本語を習いましたか? In our answers to these questions, we can use the pattern in the question or we can use the shortcut. So let's say, I learned Japanese from my teacher. So, person yung nagtuturo sa atin, no? We say, 私は先生に日本語を習いました。私は先生に日本語を習いました。We can also say 先生に習いましたpara sa shortcut. So pansinin natin na hindi na natin kailangan sabihin ang watashi wa and the object nihongo o. So again, pwede ito basta implied sa sagot natin na tungkol sa sarili natin ang statement natin and understood na yung object na pinag-uusapan. Okay, so this time magdagdag tayo ng time element sa natutunan natin ngayon. When we want to describe the time, we use the particle ni after ng time expression. Nilalagay silang dalawa pagkatapos ng subject. So, what do we mean by time expression? Basically, ito ang mga salitang nanunungkol sa oras. Halimbawa, let's say birthday, right? So, birthday in Japanese is tanjoubi. Tanjoubi. Okay? Nangyayari siya sa isang araw. So, counted ito as time expression. Now, tignan naman natin ang sentence structure para dito. Subject, time expression, noun, a person, object, and verb. So, sa example natin sa baba, gusto natin sabihin na I received a present from my father on my birthday. Uunahin muna natin yung subject and particle with watashi wa. And then the time expression and particle ni. So that's tanjoubi ni. Then we have the noun person ni. So bali chichi ni. Then the object wo. So that's presento wo. And then the verb in the past tense form. So bali moraimashita. We have watashi wa tanjoubi ni chichi ni presento o moraimashita. Watashi wa chichi ni presento o moraimashita. Okay? So, I received a present from my father on my birthday. Next naman, tatalakayin natin ang kara. Kara. Kara in Japanese is from. So kanina natutunan natin na ginagamit ang particle ni kapag may natatanggap ka mula sa isang tao. Pareho lang ang properties ng kara. Kapag may natatanggap ka mula sa ibang tao, organization, school, or kumpanya, gagamitin natin ang kara. So ang sentence structure natin dito, noun, which is a person, organization, or group, kara. So, ang sentence structure natin dito is noun, which is a person, organization, or group, kara, tapos object with the particle wo, and then lastly, the verb. So, same lang siya, diba? Ang gagawin lang natin dito ay papalitan natin ang ni into kara. Tignan natin ang example natin sa baba. I received a present from my father. Father in Japanese is chichi. So, the sentence in Japanese is chichi kara presento o moraimashita. Chichi kara presento o moraimashita. So, pansinin natin dito na pinalitan lang natin ang ni into kara, diba? Okay. Alright, that's it for today's lesson. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell for more Japanese lessons in Tagalog. Para sa exercise natin ngayon, I want you to translate the following sentences in Japanese using our phrases today. So, number 1. I borrowed money from the bank. Humiram ako ng pera mula sa bangko. Use the sentence pattern on the screen. Number 2. Dad gave mom a present. Binigyan ng regalo ni Papa si Mama. Ready? Good. Number 3. I will receive a car from my uncle on my birthday. Makakatanggap ako ng kotse mula sa tito sa birthday ko. Type ninyo ang mga sagot ninyo sa comment section sa baba. Thank you so much. For YS Online, my name is Dice. Thank you very much for watching as always. Ja, mata ne. If you're preparing for the JFT, the JLPT, and other Japanese language exams, be sure to check out our playlist with the lesson videos for review. If you're a full member of our YS Online program, be sure to use the quizzes and other resources available to you. If you're not yet a full member, be sure to check us out at www.ysnlc.com. Classes are running full year and we are interested to hear from you. I'll see you guys next time.